This is the Honda Jazz. It's an iconic bit of kit. Everyone's heard of the Honda Jazz. It's been around since 1982, believe it or not. But back then, Honda called it the City. The Jazz name came, believe it or not, from a motorcycle, a Honda motorcycle. It was then passed on to Isuzu. They used the name Jazz for one of their 4x4 SUVs. But in 2001, Honda decided enough was enough. They wanted a name for a little compact, small car that they could adopt for city driving, and they called it the Jazz. And it's been with us since 2001. We're now 2024, and this modern version of the Honda Jazz is absolutely incredible. I'm loving it. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, well, it was mainly grannies that used to drive these. It was the granny's preferred car of choice. That's all gone out the window now. This is a thoroughly modern car for young people, urban people, anybody who wants to get behind the wheel for a reasonable amount of money with a decent bit of quality. And that's what this car's got. Let's take a look around it. Let's give it a road test. Let's see what we think of the Honda Jazz in its current configuration. You're watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. If you've never seen what we do before, then feast your eyes for the next minute and a half on what you're about to see, our little trailer. And I'll get back to you immediately after that with a Honda Jazz review. This is how a car should sound. Listen to this. I didn't really push it either. I was just having a bit of fun. Oh, really? So there you have it, guys, the Ferrari Roma, my birthday present. Here we go, we're going to meet the crew and hopefully get the paint. That's a real one.
I think it makes a good work.
Let's go, mate. Nice to see you. Show us your big chopper, your helicopter. So here we are, the Morgan Roadster, where we're here for the Swiss Watch Show. And guys, guess what? It's another morning here out in sunny France. Honda Jazzes come in 4 different trim levels, with an on-the-road price starting from around £26,000. Entry-level cars get 15-inch alloy wheels, and there's front and rear parking sensors that are included. You get heated fold-in door mirrors, LED headlights with high beam assist, and a set of LED running lights. There's rain-sensing wipers, and you'll also get a rear wash and wipe. Jazzes have 4 different colours to choose from. If you like black, or crystal black as Honda call it, it's included in the price. All the other colours start from £625 extra. Up front, the Jazz is nicely finished with some soft fabrics, super comfy seats, and a decent multi-function steering wheel. You get a 9-inch TFT touchscreen, as well as a fully digital driver's cluster. Cars come with adaptive cruise control, lane keepy, lane departure, traffic sign recognition, a speed limiter, and traffic jam assist. There's wireless Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth connectivity, a DAB radio, Android Auto, with volume and track change all on your steering wheel. There's a rear view camera for parking, and you also get full climate control. Right, let's have a look under the bonnet and see what engine configurations and gearboxes you get with the Honda Jazz. Bonnet release catch is just down there in the driver's footwell. It's a single pull. Don't forget, if you're driving a left-hand drive version of one of these, it's going to be in exactly the same position, but it'll be in the passenger side. Does that make sense? You'll get it in a second when you think about it. Right, the actual catch itself, right in the middle, can't miss it. Badge there, finger straight in, pull it to the left. Lift it up. There's no gas struts with this. There's no weight to this bonnet anyway, it's nothing. Your actual strap for holding up just there, pop it into the little square bit where it is. Now you're nice and safe. So very easy to work on this engine. Look how spacious and everything's around it. It's so nice and easy for the technicians to get in here and actually do some work. You've got a 1.5 litre engine that's paired up to 2 electric motors and a battery. So basically it's a self-charging hybrid system, and it actually charges itself up. Well, I'd say the 1.5 litre engine really is designed to charge the battery. That's pretty much all it does, because most of the time when you're driving about in this car, it's running on the battery. Now, because of that, you will develop with the 2 motors, the battery and the engine, you get around 122 brake horsepower. It's going to give you a 0 to 60 time of just under 10 seconds. It's not going to light up any fireworks, this car, but it's not designed to do that. What it's designed to do is go for miles and miles and miles on your charge, because it's self-charging, but at the same time giving you 63 miles to the gallon. And we've been driving it around for the last week, and I can tell you now, even when we've been testing this car, and we don't drive it, you know, frugally, shall we say, we've still been getting 55 to the gallon. So on a run, this thing is going to be absolutely incredible. I think you've got to take your hat off to Honda. The guys have really nailed it with the latest Honda Jazz. Round at the back of the Jazz, it's not a bad looking little car from behind, is it? Got a really large rear screen, which makes it very easy when you're reversing. You get a wash wipe on the back here. There's a bit of aero going on at the top here, helps with that drag coefficient. LEDs either side. Let's pop it open. There's no electronic tail lift assistance. Inside here, you've got just over 300 litres of boot space. Seats fold down. You've got almost a 50-50 split. It's very tight there. We'll pop the seats down, because when the seats are down, you've got 1,200 litres of boot space. Now, for a little car, that's quite a lot. And these seats actually fold flat. I'm going to do this side as well for you. And then we'll take a look inside, because I was quite impressed with this. There's a huge space in there. The only thing I wasn't impressed with, when you take the parcel shelf out, I'm going to pop this out, it's quite difficult to get it off the little clips as well. I tried this earlier when we were kind of rehearsing this, and you'll see, just popping this out, you really have to give it a whack. But there you go, look at the size you've got in there. You would easily get, you'd almost get a double mattress in there. That sounds a bit kinky, but what I meant was just to give you an idea of size. But all in all, yeah, what a versatile little car. It's fantastic. In the back of the Jazz, for the passengers, I am shocked. It is very, very spacious. Okay, it's designed for kids at the end of the day, because even the upholstery in the back here is all waterproof. Yes, waterproof upholstery. Genius from Honda, that is, because if you've got a couple of young kids in the back here and they're spilling ice creams or sweets or sticky bits and pieces, just get a bucket and sponge and wipe this off. It's absolutely incredible. You've got a couple of USB-Cs for charging up your bits and bobbies in the back here, over there in the centre, behind 2 little flaps. You've got some places to put, you know, bits and pieces in here as well for storing, which is nice. The actual quality and the feel of this car is really good. I'm properly impressed. There's a little place up here to put your mobile phone, or, you know, something smaller, maybe an iPod or something like that. You've got, there isn't a central armrest. I'm disappointed in that, because this car is not cheap at the end of the day. I would have liked an armrest with a couple of cup holders. I think that would have been nice. ISOFIX points on this car are really good. You can see where they are. They're referenced anyway with a little badge that's on the seat there. But very simple to put a kiddie seat in and out of this car. Really nice and easy. Recessed seat belts as well, so you can slide across easily. Not a lot of room for a third passenger in the back here, I will say that. It is entirely designed for a couple of young kids in here. But as I say, at the end of the day, nice roof height, the actual feel of space in this car, plenty of light. I like the fact you've got the tinted windows as well, keeps it cooler in the summer. Just generally all round, I'm impressed with the quality of the Honda Jazz. So here we are, out on the road in the Honda Jazz, and I've got to say, it's a pretty nice little car to drive. First thing you're going to notice is the peripheral vision at the front. I'm not over keen on these little triangular windows here. They're not, I don't know, just it just seems a bit weird. I keep thinking that the windscreen wipers are stuck there for some reason. Maybe it's just me, but I've got to say the size of the windscreen, the windshield, is absolutely incredible. The view you get all the way around, I love the glass. It's just these sort of struck things here I don't like. Great mirror position. Mirrors are really good on this car. Foldy-in mirrors that heat up during the winter, we mentioned that. You know, little bits and pieces that you see around the car that I wasn't expecting. This particular model, it's one of the higher trim levels. It's got the heated steering wheel, for example. It's a multi-function steering wheel. I love that. I mean, that's really showing that it's now, you know, come of age, so to speak. You've got all the buttons and everything here. You've got the Apple Play. I love the 9-inch TFT touchscreen in the middle there. Very accessible, very, very easy to use as well. But let's talk about the comfort of this car, because that's where this car really scores. I mean, we're currently on B roads going through the woods here and enjoying a nice Sunday afternoon cruise, so to speak. But I can get in and out of this car as if, like, I've been in here 2-3 hours. I wouldn't notice the difference. It's just beautifully balanced as well. The sound in the car, get a little bit of feedback from the road with the tyres, but I mean, this car is running on 15-inch rims. To be honest with you, there's one of the warning systems come up when you get a little bit too tight on with a car coming towards you. It's highly predictable. The Honda SafeSense system that's built into this car as well is really, really good. Very easy to park, very easy to manoeuvre the car, and all in all, just a general real pleasure to drive. But the best bit of all, the bit that puts a smile on my face, is when you look down and see 55.3 to the gallon. 55.3. I think it's absolutely incredible. I love it. It's, you know, it's just one of those cars you can drive and not worry about having to put fuel in it. And today, you know, it's expensive. Fuel is expensive, let's face it. There is a little drawback with this car, and I think the only way I can show you it or talk about it is to actually demonstrate it. So, most of the time when you're trotting around these little country lanes or around town, you're going to be on battery mode. You can see how much battery you've got on the left there. It gives you constant. And don't forget, this car self-charges it. So it's constantly topping that up using the KERS energy recovery system that you get. It was developed through Formula One. It's on most electric cars these days. You rarely use that 1.5 litre engine on it, but when you do need it, which is 9 out of 10 when the car needs to top up the battery, so you'll hear the engine will suddenly click in and you'll hear it's almost like a generator. It's just topping the battery up for you. But the other time that you're going to need it is when you need to accelerate up a hill, or for example you're going to overtake somewhere, then you're going to need it. Now what happens is unfortunately this. Listen. Now it does go. It really does go. That 1.5 litres got a lot of poke in it, but it's that. I'll do it one more time for you. Ready? So you see what I'm saying? And that goes off quite a lot when you're trying to get up a hill. So it almost sounds like you're slipping the clutch, because there aren't any gears on this gearbox. It's designed to adjust accordingly to the speed that you're doing. And I think it's like, yeah, it's just that noise that puts me. But that is the only thing with this car. If you drive it normally, if you don't try and hammer it everywhere, you won't get that. And I'm pleased that it's demonstrated you. So it's kind of like something that might annoy you, might not annoy you. But at the end of the day, the proof's in the pudding. You've got to get down and give one of these a test drive, because it really does nail it when it comes to your little urban, you know, compact small car that's going to be out there with all the bits and pieces on it for your entry-level price, which I also think is very good. So we've got the economy, we've got the versatility, the comfort. Guys, what more do you want out of this little Honda Jazz? Get out and give one a test drive, that's what I say. So there you have it, guys, the Honda Jazz. Am I impressed with this car? Should you go down and give one a test drive? Yes, 100% on both counts. I'm more than impressed with this car. It's an incredible bit of kit. It's versatile. You've got all the space in the back. It's economical, 63 miles to the gallon. And at the end of the day, it's one of the most comfortable cars that we have driven around in the last couple of weeks. It nails it. It's a great little family car. Value for money, well, that at the end of the day depends on your budget, but I suggest you get down to your Honda showroom and give one of these a test drive, because it's definitely got to be in your top 3 small subcompact little cars that you're going to be test driving if you're in the market for one of these. The warranty with this car, need to mention the warranty. It's 5 years or 90,000 miles. That's pretty good, but it gets better because Honda also throwing all your servicing and roadside assistance included in that as well. Pretty good. 12 years anti-corrosion warranty and 3 years paint warranty protecting your paint. You're pretty much covered, aren't you? Well, there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our little review of the Honda Jazz. I have definitely enjoyed driving it around. You're watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. Don't forget, like, subscribe and comment. Comments in the box down below. If you own one of these, or you're about to buy one of these, or you think we've said something that you disagree with, stick a comment in the box. Let's get a conversation going about the Honda Jazz. It's always very interesting. Don't forget there's a subscribe button down there as well, because we don't just do car reviews. If you saw their little trailer at the beginning, we do tons of other stuff. So subscribe and leave the bell sign unchecked. You get regular updates on all the videos we do. Some of them are quite different. That's about as far as I go with that. And finally, if you could give us a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. We don't get a bonus, we don't get any extra money, but what we do get is a pat on the back every time you thumbs up from the boss and the sponsors for a job well done, because if you thumbs up, that means you liked what we were doing, and therefore we're doing a good job. So there you go. It works for both sides. Thank you and appreciate for that, guys. One thing just to say to you, to give you something back for that, is we are part of a much bigger organisation called The Player, and we produce a bookazine for guys, a guy's lifestyle bookazine. It's about 220 pages. There, it's coming up now. I'm holding it there. That's The Player bookazine. You can have a copy of this, the online version. There's 220 pages of everything us guys absolutely love. There's cars, there's boats, there's motorcycles, quad bikes, skis, you name it. There's holidays, there's golf, there's food, there's interviews. I can go on and on and on. It's yours for free, and all you've got to do is head over to www.theplayer.co.uk. Hang on, magic of edit, here it comes. Down in the bottom there. I'll leave it up for a few seconds just so you can memorise it. Head over there, just stick your name in and your email, and you can have a free copy of that every time it comes out. And that's pretty much once a quarter. It's yours for nothing because you watch me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you next week with something different.